Hello and welcome to This and That. I'm Dave Lees.
And I'm Jonathan Byer. Hi, Dave, I'm coming from an iPad today, just so
All right.
you are prepared emotionally in case it looks
Well,
different, but the vase fits, so we're good.
I'm coming from a MacBook Pro and I paid extra money for the gray. Anyway, this is the skating lesson. We are going to discuss everything going on in skating this week, so please subscribe below and smash that like button because we need validation like Eteri right now. Anyway, Jonathan, what is going on?
Why? What's happening with Eteri?
I don't know, Jonathan. What has happened? You know?
Yeah, I mean, Dave, okay, for those who haven't seen Dave's video, which I thoroughly enjoy because I really enjoy a commitment to an accent for that long.
People say that it goes
remarkable.
in and out, but like sometimes I'm trying to do different characters and I was tired yesterday. I'm going to be honest, I've been exhausted. So
Of course you have, there's too much going on. But I was thinking you had nuance and dialect. Sometimes you were from a particular Russian region. And then
sometimes you want to be like, so Tarasov is a very different character than Eteri, right?
Of course.
Tarasova is like, she's like an old queen from like the Russian Gone with the Wind when she gives her like a little Olivia de Havilland, right? Like she is definitely like, when she was like, they love Eteri. They want more of her.
It's as if she knows she's trying. I mean, there's something so grand about her. So your voice has to be more grand.
Yes.
And you do that 100%.
You know, and Plushenko is usually like a different kind of arrogance, but he's been playing it very cool lately.
Sometimes it's best to be not ruffled.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Jonathan, your screen went away for. Oh, here we're back. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's because I got like a weird notification on my iPad. This is gonna go great.
It's all right. So yes, sometimes Plushenko is, you know, he's just playing it very cool and saying, oh, we are ready to coach everyone. There are no problems in my room.
None. And they're doing a good job of washing their cars at home. I saw that video that you posted. And you know what? That was a sexy car. Like, I'm not really into cars that way, but I was like,
yeah, that Russian business article, they are always saying that, you know, people can't get sponsorships right now. Yana seems no problem to get a new Porsche every single day. Okay, I've lost count of how many they have.
Is that like from an endorsement or is that disposable income for them? I think that might just be disposable income.
No, he's a Porsche ambassador.
Oh.
So Michael Shanley is fascinated by Porsche, as you know. He spent all of his money on his car, you know? Okay. So he is a Porsche person, and he really appreciates Yana and Evgeny's commitment to the Porsche
I'm all
brand.
like Porsche de Rossi. Yeah, okay.
No.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
And he always has like the newest and the greatest. I want to know, like, do they have a DMV in Russia? Like, is Yana going and like waiting?
Is she taking a number and waiting in
Yes.
line to register her VIN number? Yeah, I'm gonna.
Do they have like how is this working? Right?
Yeah, is she calling Allstate to add the new automobile to the policy? Like,
yes, they don't tell us, but she does power wash a car very well. Okay,
and with extra like special effects. This is a moment. So I think she's gonna really teach presence on the ice. She could really get Trusova to be as impactful as she is when she's washing a car.
I have never met someone so right for skating before in my life.
Yeah, maybe more ice dance. Yeah, I think she'll work fine. She'll work fine with the singing.
She was in like one of those Olympics with Tatiana Navka or Oksana Domnina. Like she was one of those girls, I think. I don't know which one she was, but she's got the fake blonde hair. She's got the personality.
Could you imagine the locker room antics?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah. Grand.
So before I filmed the video, I called Yulia because I was tired and I said, Yulia, has anyone ever taken your students? She was like, that would be a betrayal, wouldn't it? And I was like, it really would.
It's an interesting idea, Dave, like as we talk about it, and we'll just like kind of dive right on in. I was thinking about an interesting perspective I had never thought about, and I'm not condoning it, but when we were watching some of the Katarina Witt footage and the discussion about would East Germany allow her to be professional or take advantage of these other things, and their argument was, you trained for free. We gave you all of this, so they viewed it kind of as they were being taken advantage of, like they weren't paying back into the system that helped. And I wonder if like Eteri feels that.
Excuse me, Jonathan.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure it out.
Jonathan, if you are Eteri Georgievna, do you think that Sasha Trusova got those skating skill scores on her own from her talent and that beautiful knee bend and that ride of edge that she shows over the ice, how it just goes up and down like she is Shoma Uno on the ice, right?
In the great tradition of Maria Buterskaya.
And the adult skaters everywhere, she is channeling that kind of knee bend, the kind I have myself. And I feel that, you know, maybe Eteri feels like she worked hard to get Sasha those scores. They had to talk to the federation. They had to show consistency. They had to show Russian politics and to get Eteri's brand so that all of her girls would get the component scores for her only to leave. But you know, now that like Yana has 2 top Russians, I think they're going to get more judges. Like, I don't think it's just going to be Eteri skaters get this marks and you guys get this marks. Like,
yeah, because
evening the score.
Was it really about Eteri, or was it about, you know, that she was just creating a consistent product, so they got behind her? You know,
Jonathan,
what I mean?
Do you like the Yankees or the Mets?
What kind of question is that?
We like the Yankees. They're winners, right?
Oh, I was like, sure. I love
Steinbrenner. Steinbrenner could buy anyone. Like, if you grew up in the 90s, why are you going to like the Mets? The Yankees, they just like, you know, we live in the area. We don't watch this shit. Do I know who's playing? No! The Yankees have better colors. I look better in dark blue as opposed to that lighter blue with the orange. Not my color scheme.
Okay,
I like
these are important factors.
The Yankees have old school tradition, like Babe Ruth and those old people. And
wait, you need to like the St. Louis Cardinals because they're red.
I stay next to the hotel. I would look great, but you know, the Midwest and me. But anyway, the Yankees have all that pomp and circumstance, and I don't know. They're like the Kennedys, you know, a little scandal and you know, toothy grins, right?
Okay.
So, I love the Kennedys. Oh my goodness. I'm listening to the James Patterson book about them right now.
Okay.
It's all stuff we really already know, but I love the sister that was having the affair with the married man and they died in the plane crash and the mother wouldn't go to her funeral. I mean, this is my kind of Catholic family, okay?
Yes, it is that, yeah.
Okay, as a Catholic, I understand that brand of bullshit, okay? I appreciate
it. Rings true to you. It has a
all
sense
books
of familiarity.
Yes.
Okay.
I know that all of the Kennedys are innocent, okay? Especially Teddy. Teddy is the most, okay?
Yeah, yeah. My God, I don't even know how to proceed.
Anyway.
Meanwhile, you know what? I will have to say something you brought up in the video that was really interesting to me was when you were talking about when they were 3 people, when it was Trusova, Kostornaia, and Sherbakova in one rink, that it kind of created a consistently competitive, but maybe not as cutthroat because there were so many. And the idea that now there would just be 2, whether it was Sherbakova and Kostornaia with Eteri or now Kostornaia and Trusova with Plushenko, the fact that it's just 2 people kind of duking it out for attention and placements, like that does kind of create like a different edge of competitiveness, I would think, in the ring.
So it's 2, but it's really 3. Let's be honest about it. Yes, there's like this season that may or may not happen, but really Valyeva is the one who, well, the Russians are always like analyzing her body because they're like, you know, they're on to the Eteri puberty and the technique and who's going to last too. So they're like, is she growing? Did she grow a ½ inch? Did she grow a centimeter? Are the like, and
could you imagine being this girl, like trying to go through
the eating disorders are for life
period of your life, like, and have everyone analyzing your weight and height? Oh my God.
Listen, if you starve for 18 months, that gold medal is forever. I'm kidding. Yeah, okay.
But I think the way it's presented to certain skaters.
Yes. I'm kidding. People don't always get when there's like.
I'm with you, Dave. I understand.
Yes. Yeah. So I imagine that with this season that may or may not happen or may not be a quasi season, I think that if you're in that rink and you're Anna Sherbakova getting a little taller every day and you're Kostornaia not getting that quad around, getting the injuries, trying it, and then you see that young Valyeva doing that quad toe, I would be trying to cut her off during her run through. Are you kidding? Or that little Daria. Are you, what is she? Skating to Dracula? How dare she? Okay. We are, with that little like transition in and out of her little double axel, please. All right. In that rink? Are you kidding me? You would not get in front of them. If someone tried to steal your voice teacher and make her favorite gay, what if some new gay came along and he was 6'7"? And he also liked vases, Jonathan, and he thought that Marlena would like him better.
Forget it. Forget it. It is on. That brings out a really competitive vibe. Yeah, that's triggering. That's triggering.
Right?
Yeah.
What if Marlena said, oh, Dante, you have such wonderful taste in vases. Could we go antiquing together? How would you even feel, Jonathan? Okay.
I literally wouldn't even know where to begin. I'd probably switch voice teachers.
Right?
Yeah.
How dare you? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. We'll
So
always
now,
blame it on the student. Yeah.
let's be honest. They've already done their first year senior. They're all at the puberty and growth age where we're really trying to like, and that's when the coaches always get the craziest. I was talking about Callahan and someone was saying, you know, he's nasty, but he doesn't go insane until you go through puberty. Someone was telling me. Well, how about, imagine you're trying to keep the girls. You are trying to sweep the world championships. Corona hits, puberty hits. It's all coming and they're in quarantine, and whether or not they are skating at some rink for a couple hours a day and trying to work around, and then in Novogorsk, and you know, are you kidding? Could you imagine the pressure right now? Imagine what kind of a mood Eteri is in. Trusova flees the coop, okay, to Plushenko with that Yana. Takes her 40%. Then she is trying to get these girls into shape for the upcoming season. They are constantly canceling these competitions. She is trying to get them ready, Jonathan, for the Olympics. She doesn't even have a good partner for her daughter. Apparently there's tension on that end. You know, she wants to put more money into that team.
Okay.
So then she has to go back to Russia because her assistant, who is supposed to be doing the work for her, decided to leave for more money and a better deal. So now she has to spend more time in a freezing cold ice rink to get these ungrateful girls ready for the Olympics when she is the real star. Do you understand Eteri's predicament, Jonathan?
This is so eloquent, Dave. You are really in her shoes right now. You are in her shoes.
She is having to work her tail off. And notice that she made Danny G go on camera and not herself. I mean, how are they doing quarantine hair in Russia? Like, do we even know? Has her roots been touched up? Is she able to spend as much time on the salon? Is she having to spend more time on the ice with these ungrateful girls like that Daria, who can't even make it through a long program without like under-rotating a triple and maybe falling on her behind at 2 junior Grand Prix when Eteri is trying to sweep the entire series? And how about that Maya Kromich, who is like the Brady Tennell of Russia, okay? She is trying to work these girls, and how come that one that they're always trying to take to replace the Senya whatever, she has like better knee bend, you know, she's from the same school as Kanisheva, you know, she just hasn't like moved over yet, you know. So now we have a lack of girls, we need more talent, and we have this Yana who's just trying to steal the girls with more money from Eteri, who stole the girls from their developmental coaches when they already had triples to get them ready for competition. Okay,
don't you find that's when they get the most riled, is when someone's playing their own game?
Yes.
I mean, that's, I think, ultimately the most triggering, because she knows exactly what's happening because she's probably done her own version of it. Here's what I wanted to ask you about. When she started throwing literally everyone under the bus about needing private ice time, she was like, give me a list of skaters. Let's just say they all needed to be alone on the ice and they wouldn't skate with things. Is this new information that Yulia wouldn't be on the ice with Medvedeva?
Even though Eteri like stages the photo ops of these girls like they're all best friends, this happens everywhere. How much did Meryl and Tessa really get along? Remember when they were best friends until they weren't, and they were both dating Marina's son at different times and both being.
But do you think they ever went to Marina and said they've got to get out? I don't think I think there was probably always tension.
People do change. Deanna Stellato and Tara Kane didn't always train on the same sessions, Jonathan, okay? Certain times coaches want to live, okay?
Well, remember, it's like when Todd was talking about training for the Olympics with Tara. Like, sometimes it can just get too darn intense in there. Yeah.
Do you remember Dara Torres and Jenny Thompson, like the queen of the relays at the Olympics, who would win every world championships in swimming, but then not win at the Olympics.
You are throwing me some loops with all these other sports, Dave. Goodness.
I am like a real dressage. Okay.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. You're globetrotting all over this conversation. Okay.
Yes, I don't even have a son who's a conductor, but I will. Okay, Phil.
And if you did, he would be the best conductor.
I don't even do cycling. Anyway, I do yoga, Phil.
Exactly. You don't even own a cat.
My mom's allergic. Anyway,
okay. So I thought that's why you'd get one. Amazing.
Where was I going?
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about swimming. Swimming.
Those girls couldn't even be in the same pool together. That coach had to train them at different times. Jonathan, they're not doing performance art. They're literally swimming in a pool, and he had to separate them.
Exactly. But here's
what kind of fights could you get in the pool? Is someone like doing false starts a little bit every day? Like, what kind of tension is there that we can't both train? Is he analyzing her stroke better than hers? Like, what is going on there?
Yeah, that seems unusual because it's such a different kind of environment, I would assume.
So do we believe that these girls may not want to train with their competitors? Absolutely. Is it news? Absolutely not. Does Eteri encourage them to hate each other? Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, but not for the media.
See what's interesting.
Like best friends.
Okay, but here's what's interesting is I thought the way it seems on the outside is she has created a totalitarian sort of no-nonsense, intimidating kind of training environment that from my end, it would have seemed impossible that they would have even floated that idea to her. I thought they created an environment where they would have been so afraid of her that they wouldn't have even broached that kind of conversation.
I think people start to go crazy at a certain point.
Okay.
With the tension and the pressure. When you're going for world championships, everything is more dramatic, okay? How about Tara Lipinski missed that one triple flip at nationals, and then she was like still freaking out about it at the Olympics. Do you understand like the kind of like intensity? Okay.
Right.
So, I mean, it's next level, Jonathan. Like this competitiveness is like,
yeah, it's heightened.
Brings out the worst in people. All right.
And it's interesting because the way I feel Eteri could have been most threatened by this move is if they went to someone who really was going to work on skating skills and give them programs that trumped Danny G's, then everyone would be saying like, look how much better these programs are. Look how much better this is. I don't know that's the move that they've made.
Well, it's cheaper to have Danny G do it. And if you're already getting the components, who cares? They don't. Like, what do you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm intrigued because we were talking about like Kostornaia. They were so insistent on saying she already has the 2 new programs, but I would assume she throws them out, or do you think she would dare keep them?
Oh no. Did you not listen to the video? Plushenko says those programs are trash and he is going to get new programs. And while I usually agree with Plushenko, I had a coach, Natalia Polonicheva, who, you know, I respected and was learning to skate from. And then one day she goes, oh, Plushenko, wonderful choreographer, beautiful programs. And I was like, how much money am I paying? What?
Yeah.
What kind of eyes do you?
Wait,
do
Dave,
I trust?
Okay.
What?
This is a singing thing I do. Whenever I work with someone as a singer, or now that I work with them as a teacher, I will ask, who do you listen to and who do you like? And then if they say the wrong names, I just store that away to be like, I don't respect your aesthetic, perhaps. Like if I had a teacher and I was like, who are some of the greatest like skaters of all time that you think are artistic and have beautiful programs? And you came back with Plushenko, I too would probably begin to question what was going on.
See, I love Natasha. She's a very good woman, very like straight edge, but she is, you know, she supports the nationalism of Russia, you know, so she will tell you out of one breath, Trusova on TV, she explained everything. She says what happened, like an actress. She tells us all of the important things. No, Trusova says this very good program, very good, yes, right? But then she'll tell you, oh yeah, Trusova coaching ice dance. Yeah, this is what happened. She says, Klimova, come here. Svetlana Alexieva, come here. Yeah, Trusova coaching. Maybe she shows some arms. Okay, like, all right. So like, they do know. It's just like a split back and forth. Okay.
Okay.
Like
I'm intrigued.
People about the coronavirus.
Who choreographs over there? Who choreographs the Angels?
Well, they have Hot Sergey, and then they might bring in, you know, Evgeny says we will bring in all of the biggest professionals. Well, but I'm definitely not Averbuk. Averbuk is Team Eteri. Like this is a split camp. So I think they'll bring in more international people.
You do?
Oh yeah, why not?
I didn't know if they would keep it in this sort of like Russian nationalism kind of.
Are you kidding? Yana is have you seen her Instagram? She is what we call a label whore. She is the kind of person that thinks that anything is fashionable as long as it has a designer, like
as long as the price tag says it is. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So she is definitely the kind that will just buy a choreographer from somewhere.
Okay.
Not that Eteri is that different in that Louis Vuitton coat that it said LV like 17,000.
Yeah, but that's for her only, not for her students.
Yeah.
She didn't extend that same kind of luxury eye for some of them.
Yeah, well, she just wants her, I mean, the Eteri girls are kind of blue collar, right? Like when they're skating, like, let's be honest. But now, Yana's just going to throw money at it. Think of the judges they can pay, okay?
Well, and
I cannot wait for Russian nationals. This pandemic, we need this fight. I hope they're all taking silver or whatever Igor Lukinin wanted me to take, okay? Because let me tell you, do you not want to see Yana sitting in the stands? Why isn't she in the kiss and cry? Why doesn't Yana put them on the ice? Like, why does she have to pretend? Like, why do we have to pretend Plushenko is coaching? Do you know how much it's like a mind F that like people will be like, well, do you think Plushenko's a good coach? As if he's doing anything, Jonathan. He is going to
in the same way was Eteri. Like, that's why I was...
No, she was more involved. At least she was sitting there yelling at people.
Yeah. But I mean, I always thought like the last minute Eteri instructions, I mean, you could see in the girls that they were like, okay,
she instilled the fear of God in them, Jonathan, and that was the important part.
Yeah.
Like Irina Wiener herself, okay? I don't think you appreciate the work that this queen is doing. She is out there probably hanging out with like Allah and hanging out with all of the other important people, all right?
Yeah.
Making an alliance with Igor Spielband and like other people of importance. How dare you act like she is not working for these girls? They do not know what she has done to get them to the top. It is like the kind of shenanigans that... You know, Bella Caroli would have to play with Jackie Fi. Do you think Shelley Stack got to the Olympics by her own talent? She got there because she weighed 2 pounds and because she was little and she had the right image for the team. And that is why she got to the 88 Olympics. It had nothing to do with her layout, step outs, and balance beam, okay?
I was going to say.
Do you think that people really thought that Trusova was like the world's most beautiful skater? I mean, how about when Eteri choreographed that last POS free skate herself, okay?
Yeah, I'm really intrigued.
Do you want to affix your name to that?
Well, that's what I'm curious about because there's a lot on the line now for them. Like, and unfortunately, in the same way with Medvedeva, but maybe not quite as severe. We knew that some of them it was going to be an interesting run up to the Olympics because some were going to be peaking at the right time. Some probably would have peaked too soon. So there's a lot of responsibility now for them to deliver here.
Poor hot survey.
Yeah.
He went from dealing with Eteri to dealing with Yana. It is like the devil you know and the devil you don't, okay?
Yeah. I'm just intrigued how hands-on this new devil will be, if you will.
Which one?
Yana.
She-devil or he-devil, you know?
She-devil, remember that movie? If she's just out pumping a brand and doing this sort of stuff and a little less hands-on.
She is doing the most, okay?
Yeah.
Did you not see her power wash that car? She didn't make her husband do it. She did it herself, okay?
That's it.
I love the fact that their son, I never knew what nom-nomic meant. Someone had to explain this to me, and then I confirmed with another. I said, Igor, does nom-nomic mean dwarf? And he's like, yeah, but Dev, it is like nice dwarf. Like if I call my child Stinky, like it's not mean because I am calling him Stinky. So it doesn't translate perfectly, but it's more like nice dwarf. Yes, I think.
So Happy from
Cute dwarf.
Seven Dwarfs. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
Okay.
He's like it's like the dwarf that doesn't like talk, dopey, you know, in the green jacket.
Yeah, but who's sweet. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I'm also intrigued here because we've seen obviously her Eteri take different jabs in the past when someone has left. This time she didn't go for Plushenko. She's going right for the girls.
Yes. Well, this girl was always moody. So.
Oh, so I guess she has it coming.
Less compliant.
I just wonder, like, think about how much crap Frank Carroll got in the United States when he was like, you know, kind of like, I guess Gracie's done, or you know what I mean? Like that kind of discussion, how much slack he got for that. And here we have someone full blown just throwing children under the bus, literally saying blame children. I mean, does this
the Russians in that situation, the Russians would have been like, of course he fired her. She is a fat, ungrateful, whatever, you know? She didn't get her roots done before the nationals. That is how they will turn on Kostornaia. Although some, you know that there are like rumblings, but Plushenko's school hasn't won yet, so they haven't turned on Eteri. Once Plushenko's school actually gets some results, then maybe they will rethink it.
Okay. Because this didn't quite happen so much with Mishin and Eteri.
Mishin, like he's capable of coaching a lady skater. Are you kidding? Like,
yeah, I mean, totally different. But even with in the Tukta era, like
a graceful lady skater. You know,
it's just okay. So it doesn't, because even for instance, when Frank and Michelle split, and it was
Michelle gave us the best. He knew to go along the party line because Michelle was more famous than he was, and she wanted it very clean and very vague and very just classy.
Yeah, it was handled classily. I think many of us at the
with
time
mystery.
were wondering if that was the right move, but no one turned on either of those people.
No, Michelle controlled the media. They were all afraid of Shep. They wanted access, and she said it, and they wrote it down, and they knew not to look hard enough. So
yeah. But like at some point, like a pretty solid pattern has emerged now between Yulia and Medvedeva, and then Trusova, and then Kostornaia.
Oh my God, I think I did a video on that.
On who?
The Eteri girls, how they all disappear.
Oh, isn't that funny? But I mean, just like her responses, though.
Oh,
not yours was talking about from a technical standpoint, you know, this kind of surge that happens and then the dip afterwards. But I mean, she needs PR help.
So usually her sister Marina Hoffman is the one that's like shading people in the coffin, and she goes on the Russian message boards.
You love her. You love her.
Love her. Love.
Yeah, I know you do.
But I think she has a richer man than Eteri, and she seems a little distracted. She has a son that's very cute. He's also like a little dwarf, and like a cute dwarf.
Oh,
cute dwarf.
How sweet! Oh, that's sweet, Dave.
Yes.
It's sweet when you say it. Yeah.
So, like, anyway.
But is he stinky? Is he stinky?
I love Igor so much.
It's like, don't call your kid stinky.
Everyone,
take a bath.
In the description box, subscribe to Igor Lukanin's YouTube channel. He is building it. He's going to teach you how to do rockers and counters off the ice from his living room, so you can be an ice dance queen. So you could do it. Oh, he will tell you.
That way, when you go to Trusova for your one arm move, you're going to be really ready.
Do you know that Trusova found him and sent him to Germany? Okay, he is of like the lineage. Okay.
Okay.
We went through all of his coaches and how many of them are now banned. I mean, Igor has learned ice dance from the very best, okay?
And we know that because they're literally not allowed in certain countries to coach anymore.
And because I was working with Victor, I missed his exercise class. So my dad is now like Igor's best friend. He'll be like, Pete, we do push-ups.
Amazing.
He'll be like, girls do planks. Pete. Except for Christine Costa, who comes on for the synchro videos, she does all the push-ups. So...
I can't do one on my knees. Like that's why when you're like, come join the class, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm too remedial.
Igor, oh my God. Yulia Lipnitskaya, she could do all of them. By the way, her abs, dear God. Okay. So anyway, I digress. Okay. So Eteri's sister in the comments, usually very shady. Eteri in her post didn't let us know where Kostornaia had gone, but then Eteri was like replying to everyone, and she was deleting comments she didn't like because there were people that were writing like, how dare you attack your students, you know?
Yeah, it looks so immature. It's so childish.
Usually these girls, the former students of Eteri, keep their mouth shut because she has so much power, and it's kind of like stock, like you have to go along. You have to just shut your mouth and play along, that everything is wonderful. Even though Marina Hoffman said that Yulia never had any talent, it was only the spins, and that Eteri made her, like, it didn't matter. She just shut her mouth, did her little camps with the Yannick, and made the mutt, right? Yulia, I love the fact that she had a daughter, or son, a month ago, right? Yulia was on Instagram liking every post that was like nasty about Eteri attacking her former students. Maybe she was up breastfeeding. Like, I don't know what she was. She imagined the children is crying and she was like, no, I have to like this about that damn Eteri. You know, she was all
I have to let this out. Yeah.
And so was Medvedeva, okay? And she and Sunny Lipnitskaya didn't even like each other. And she was liking everything too about it, okay? They are like...
Because they felt the wrath.
Medvedeva was replying to people in the DMs because there were people who were like messaging her about it. Because, yes, okay?
And
because she, remember, Eteri destroyed her ass when she left.
She really got it the worst, wouldn't you say? Like, that was huge. But I didn't know... Now we know there was going to be inherent drama because she left Eteri and continued, right? And then it was the Canadian bit on top of it. So, I mean, I wonder if this is just watered down.
And that Brian Orser on top of it. And that Trusova organized the whole thing.
Yeah. But it's interesting because there does seem this power shift, and it's interesting to see Trusova and Eteri navigate one another.
I don't really think Kostornaia and Trusova are the girl that Eteri should be upset about who left.
No, I think she's got to focus on her young. She's got to focus on the young.
They need, so Evgeny should try to steal Petrosian, and then I think that's who Yana should go after. Oh my God! And please, can you please, Artem and Arseny, my little boys from Ice Age, Yana, please steal them. Give them the good contracts. These boys deserve money. We could put them. I know that maybe you think that they're competition for your son. I'm going to be honest with you about your son, Yana. He's not that cute. He's aging out. He's like the Annie that needs to be replaced. Maybe she can become one of the orphans. You know, I don't. What's Wednesday? What are their name? What's that one's name? Or is it a month?
But we don't even know the other ones. Yeah, that's the point.
He's getting too old to be orphan Annie. We need Artem. And
he needs to be dancing in the back during Hard Knock Life now. He doesn't get the, okay.
It's Arseny and Artem's moment, okay? They can, I don't know, we could do Peter Pan on ice. I don't know, maybe your son could be, I don't know, like the chief or something. I'm sure Russians would handle that really appropriately with cultural sensitivity.
I think it would be handled with class and no appropriation.
He could be one of the lost boys, okay? We could do it on ice. We could have a spectacular, oh my God, think about it. Trusova could be Wendy, Kostornaia could be Tiger Lily. I mean, it could be fantastic.
I'm trying to think of like what the name would be. Sandy Duncan Trovskaya or something like that.
Okay. Happy Rigby. Think about it. Oh my God, Kostornaia could be Peter Pan. But you know who I think is the one that we have to really, the one that Eteri should be mad at is Veronika Zhilina. That ungrateful little bee, okay? Maybe Eteri never even worked with her before while she was skating to Sia with Hot Sergey. And now she is landing triple axels that are like pretty good and bigger than some of the Eteri ones at the Angels of Plushenko. She is the one. Notice they show her jumps way more than Trusova. We only saw that cheated quad lutz. That Zhilina is jumping that triple axel all over social media. Eteri is probably like in a state, okay?
Well, because
Petrosian triple axel now. We haven't even seen Eteri show any quad, and you know she likes to take to social media to show when her girls are. If they had quads, we would be seeing them right now, okay?
Right. But again, the triple axel seems to be an important key right now because of the short program situation. Like Kostornaia still has the highest overall score because she gets all those record numbers in the short program. So quad
that
or no
Eteri
quad,
got for her, honey. Okay.
Sure. Okay. But again, I think the answer here is in who the angels will receive.
How about like Sherbakova's Lutz Edge that was like warned the knot and find the knot?
There's going to be a lot of pressure on those shoulders.
Oh my goodness.
For Sherbakova. That's going to be.
I think it's going to be the kind of Russian nationals. Like it's going to be the kind of heightened drama when like Bucherskaya's car blew up in '99. Like this is the kind of like. This is the kind of nationals, like it is, nothing warms the Christmas spirit more, right? Than like Arena and Masha competing against one another, right? This is what I'm here for, all right?
And you know what? I kind of hope out of nowhere, Tuktamisheva comes on the ice with a walker and does a triple axel and a couple quads and just blows them all out of the water with her non-program. But
are you turning on Kostornaia? Are you kidding?
No, I just think it would be a fun shakeup of the events. Here's the thing.
So here's what they need to do.
Yeah. Who would you hire as the choreographer, Dave? If you're Yana. So if you're going for like cachet brand recognition name.
Sandra Bessick.
But do you think? I don't think they would ever.
Sandra knows talent. She gave this interview. Wait, no. She gave an interview on her website to the Russian media about like skating she would like. And then I heard her do this interview with Matt Lind, and they were like, Sandra, if you could choreograph for someone now, who would you choreograph for? She was like, oh, that's
Dave Lee's
question. Well, Gabby and Guillaume. And Nathan, he just has that swagger. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? If you just give Sandra Kostornaia and she'll be like, oh, I think she's a girl who wants to become a woman. Yes.
The Chenlu moment. The Chenlu moment.
It's her strength.
Yeah.
Come on. Queen
I think that
Sandra
would be a good
and
match.
David Wilson, okay?
She
would
don't
do the
picture
program
her.
That Medvedeva ditched.
And it would work. And it would work.
I like that she threw that jacket and would like mouth back to Eteri. See, Sherbakova seems more compliant. She is like the perfect Satiko like student, and her parents gave like that interview about how much they love Eteri and how wonderful she is. Like they want to go to the top, honey. They are playing that game. Okay, they are loyal. Although back in the Hizay, Sherbakova wanted to leave for Brian Orser when she was injured. Yes, honey, yes, okay. Yes.
Because she's another one. She has the real ear. She has like the real musical sense that Kostornaia does also. But I think she would do really well with a different, I almost said real, with a different choreographer. I think she could really benefit from that. Trusova is an interesting one because I was like, what do you do? Who do you send her? Because when do you cut your losses and you're like, it ain't gonna happen this way, so we just gotta focus on the jumps and get through it? Oh, no. Or do you really try to do it? Do you really bring in a bunch of like ice dancers?
I think they have to because I haven't seen a clean quad lutz from her. Although I did see a side-by-side double axel from Evgeny, Hot Sergey, and Trusova. I think they'll get the triple axel for her and try to make it really big.
Okay.
I think she can do it. I think that they need to really work on it. And
do we have any idea what Plushenko's current relationship is with Mishin? Like, would Mishin ever come in and help with those triple axels for them? Or are they kind of keeping all that separate?
I mean, I think for now it's separate. I mean, he's got Tuktamisheva, but he's got Kolyada. That's probably his main priority because they need a man for the Olympics who's reliable. We can't rely on your Aliev or my son.
Or Kolyada. Come on. We've been doing
I'm kidding.
The 2018 Olympics, and like each of them, I was like, the decadence of this Russian movement and their male skaters, but like, what's happening? Yeah, it was, I mean, woof, big fan.
Listen, things happen. You know, different girls. One time, Sherbakova, when she was injured, she was probably ignored in the camp. And this one, I mean, they all have their moments. Okay. Yeah. No one is happy all the time at the training camp. Are you kidding?
Right. Well, what about, do we know anything about Kostornaia's parents?
Not enough.
Yeah, because we heard about Trusova's parents because they were kind of, instead of throwing
my dad is a boxer. Sherbakova's parents are classier. Yeah, they're
or more brown nosy also.
Smarter, as you might say.
Savvy.
More politically savvy.
Yeah, okay.
Please. We don't know enough about Kostornaia. Yes, but, and then a little, there's like mini baby Zhelina. Yeah, we really need some more people to move over, you know.
It's really unto itself. It's its own world of skating.
How about the people who think that Zagitova is really still going to skate? I mean, she's probably there to get ready for the shows so that they can...
Yeah, well, come on. NBC Olympic news coverage is still talking about Sotnikova, whether she's coming back or not, I feel like.
Rodionova has never retired. Okay.
Her heart will go on.
Her heart will go on. Okay, yes. Oh my goodness, it was just so exciting. So Eteri is supposed to give an emotional interview at some point this week. And
I don't know that she knows how to give another one. Oh, someone said, and I love this on Twitter, when you said the emotional interview is coming, everybody get ready. You know, and everyone's giving the popcorn gifs or whatever gifts, whatever they're called. And someone was like, oh, is Ted doing it?
Can you imagine when Ted reads this news, what he is thinking? Because Ted is very competitive. People say inside Canada, he wants the power. He wants Canada to win, so he thinks Eteri is fabulous. But if someone told him that Plushenko is really the fabulous one, he might turn in a couple of years and be like, oh, We should be following what he's doing. So anyway, he's playing a game. All right.
Imagine him chatting with
He pushed
Yana.
that Tatiana flat out. Don't think for a second that he didn't, okay?
Yeah, and I enjoyed her.
He kissed the crowd, all right?
And it worked.
Yeah. They're all angling. It's skating, okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now, do you feel like we've like sussed out all the Russian news? Because I'm kind of excited to make a segue here.
Oh, there's a documentary on Tuesday. In 4 turns with Trusova. It's going to be on Match TV, obviously edited by Yana. So maybe we'll see like Plushenko in action as a coach. I can't imagine what we could see in this documentary. Maybe we'll get to learn more about Hot Sergey.
Yeah, it seems intriguing because perhaps he is also a driving force in why they feel comfortable making the move.
Like we don't even know him. Oh, Daniil with that hair. When I was shocked that Eteri let him be seen like that. Like she can't get clippers and some scissors. Like
And it's also, I mean, it's also interesting. I go back to the idea when we've talked
Is Eteri not capable of cutting hair? Is that why Trusova looks like that? That picture on her Wikipedia when she let her hair down from the shocking. Okay.
Don't you think she could rotate faster if she had less hair? Like, geez, it weighs 10 pounds, that thing. It's like, it's like Cousin It in the back. It's so long.
Sherbakova has like Rapunzel hair, right? Like it's very straight, but it's silky smooth. You know, it's more like yeah.
But I mean, I've never had hair that long, obviously. But I just can't imagine having
my hair is so short.
To tie it all up like that and have that. I mean,
I have hair envy. Someone like Hot Surrogacy. I have like short, bushy hair, and it gets in like, I would love that long, silky, like Mark Mitchell hair. You know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Die. Doesn't happen. Get conditioned. Doesn't happen.
Okay.
You got to embrace what you have, Jonathan.
Put it in a nice French twist for like a nice skating event.
God. Heaven.
Okay, so here's the thing. This morning, I wandered on to our friend Alexa Knierim's page.
Yes.
And now you tell me if I'm just fangirling, because you know I'm always rooting for her because I like her. I just like her. I like fell out of my chair when I saw that excerpt. What did you think of that excerpt?
I think it showed promise. Listen.
It was like multi-directional. It was like fascinating.
We never saw her post side-by-side jumps with Chris. Okay.
Let alone with that kind of like transition into it.
It would show us the twist. I would like to see a twist from Alexa. I want to know that it's still big with Brandon. I want to make sure.
Well, maybe that's why they're waiting. Maybe they're still working.
Alexa, show us a twist. You showed us a throw. You showed us an ice dance lift. I want to see a triple toe, and I want to see a twist, Alexa. That is what your competitors want to see too. You know what I like is that the pair girls study each other. I was even watching like a 99 Nations Cup and there was like Jamie Saleh being like, she never misses that. Like they are on top of it. Okay.
Well, I mean, Megan, who we love for her very organized and studied approach to some of her competitors, she'd be like, all right, here's the stats on so-and-so's triple sal. Landed it here, didn't land it here. Often does this, like they have it all ready to go, like those, you know.
She's working with a new team.
Oh.
And we forgot to discuss something last week that was extremely important. Maybe the most important news. Okay, so Megan is working. Justine Brasseur, remember they had that hired Ukrainian Russian, whatever. I think they got tired of paying for him during quarantine. So they're now in Toronto. By the way, apparently I said that Justine should like point her toe once and she got like very upset on Instagram. Love it. Makes her a queen. I think she's fabulous. Okay.
Yeah. That's what we're looking for. Yeah.
Jonathan, if you think of things that keep TSL going, the intrigue, the fact that Justine is from like a famous family and that she's so pretty and that she had like a big twist before, which was probably her partner, but beautiful girl, right? Got charisma. She's got a little sass. Didn't like that I said to point her toe or something. Something like very minor, you know, big news in skating. Like, how dare they? Like when Jenny said that someone needed to work, you know, point their toe in their camel spin, and Brian Orser was like saying, she needs to be a little bit nicer. Like getting very, you know, how people, skating people lose all perspective, right?
Well, and it's so funny because as we've learned, I think the nice thing about the show is you know exactly what we think. And there's no secrets, there's no other thing we're not saying. But in skating, when they're like, oh, they're so mean, but the things the skating people say, and they've said to us, or I've heard them say, you know, just privately, I'm like, you guys are horrifyingly brutal, so much more so than anything that's ever been said on the show. Oh my goodness. Excuse me while I drink to that. Okay.
Think of our favorite skating family in Canada. If you wanted an entertaining partner for Justine, who could she skate with? Think about it.
In Canada, an entertaining partner. I don't know, now you're stumping me.
Gabby Daleman's younger brother, Zach, and Justine are skating together with Bruno and Megan. Yes, yes. Jonathan, yes. Our prayers have been answered.
But wait, are you now letting us segue into something else we did not mention last week that was very important, which is Gabby.
Said the most famous news. Yeah. Miss Canada pageant. Okay. Jonathan.
Now, I'm going to clarify.
It's virtual. So was it all virtual in person? Like, was she able to airbrush? She looks great in that red sequin dress. You know I love a red sequin. Okay.
Just saying. She's wearing those Canada colors. Okay, so just a quick reminder for those that know my involvement with the Miss America organization, which is different. So that's the low budget.
That used to be like the credible one that was about talent and scholarships, and then Trump took over, and we went for the future Melanias, and everyone went with Miss USA.
Wait, no. Yeah, yes, exactly. So the Miss Universe system, which is kind of what the track she's on through this Miss Canada thing.
She could be like a future. She could be a future bride of like Eric or maybe Baron.
We could see her fake nails at, you know, a nice
inauguration,
a rally somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
But so this means that she wasn't doing any talent. She's doing a very short interview. And I'm sure actually with her skating and Olympic background, she probably makes a good interview.
But why not the talent? I mean, why not have her teach us how to do a triple toe as her portion? Okay.
Yeah, because you know what?
Why not have her teach us how to edit photos on Instagram? I want to know how to use the Kardashian aunt. Think of the things that Gabby Daleman could teach us. TikTok, social media, app editing. Like, come on, all right?
Dramatic posting.
Kiss and cry moments.
Yeah, exactly. Self-grandeur. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's
fascinating. Out Tracy Wilson, making her speechless. Think of things that we could do, okay?
Yeah, but again, and I think instead of the 10-minute interview, they do like 2-minute interviews. But so we'll see what happens. She's going to nationals.
She has charisma. I am behind
Yes, she does.
I would like her to win. I want her to go on. I want to watch her.
And she would have a good story to tell with her like struggles as an athlete. She's talked about that plenty in the press. So, I mean, I think she's...
Can the Donald still go to the Miss Universe thing, or do we pretend that he's above that because he's pretending to be president like Plushenko is pretending to be a coach? Like, what is that?
I don't know how it ended there. Again, I have nothing to do with...
Wait a second. I think that NBC was pretending to care that someone was like an awful human, the way that they're pretending to care that Ellen is, or they're about any of the myriad of other things that NBC has covered up over the years. Like the Carolis, Gaza gave that interview. Anyway, Matt Lauer.
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lot.
Okay, so Megan is coaching Gabby's younger brother.
And Justine together as a pair.
Interesting. That will be interesting.
Yes. Fabulous.
Okay. But again, I'm telling you, I am watching Alexa and Brandon with great anticipation. I was so thrilled. We've never seen.
How about like Delilah's boys that when they were all shirtless in the field? It
was inappropriate. Something about it just felt so wrong to me. It felt like one of those like websites from the late 90s.
It felt exactly what I would expect from Delilah's camp.
Yeah.
Encouraging bro culture.
And Dave, now this is me just being Hector projector, because let's say if I was to have pursued something in skating, pause for laughter, at 6'5" and like, all this sort of stuff.
Mama D, she gave you that twist.
Not with these arms. Are you crazy? I mean, but then I was like, it is so it's so bro-y. It's so
But why does she never post about the girls? It's always about the boys.
It must be the culture in which she was brought up. Circus culture maybe is very sexist that way.
It's always like the girls in Delilah's school appear to be second-class citizens. Like, why is it all about the boys working out together? Like, where were the girls? They're not doing ab exercises? Like, that was very specific. Okay, I'm just telling you. For instance,
have on your Instagram feed, have you seen that women empowering women kind of challenge
that's going
that.
On? Yes, when they're not yelling at each other the next week. Yes, I do appreciate it.
I haven't seen it in skating.
My favorite.
I have not seen skaters posting that.
Oh, I have. Okay, my favorite is when the Real Housewives do it. That to me is when Lisa Rinna is empowering other women and tagging them, and they all, and then another Real Housewife is like, "Thank you for empowering other women." There is nothing I appreciate more than that kind of BS. A social media moment, okay?
Because I've seen it in opera, and I like to think a lot of that can be genuine. But given this certain,
it's genuine, like
the climate we're talking about, for instance, I don't think many women are empowering other women in that particular case.
Like, it would be like if Eteri tagged Yana, and they'd be like, "Thank you." Yes. That's how it seems to me. That's it. There are some of those posts that are very genuine, but then there are some people when they post it, come on, like, you have not seen some women post, and you're like,
do you do a lot to empower anyone else? Yeah, okay.
It would be like if Bethany Frankel did one, and then Ramona was like, "You don't support other women," okay? Like,
in the comments, Eteri's sister comes out of the woodwork, and it's like, you know who doesn't empower other women? And then listed all the students that left. Yeah.
We got speaking strong women. Jonathan. She made me sweat. I'm an anxious person. I had a lot going on this week. I'm very stressed all week. What was I gonna do with my coaching situation? Because Victor went to the Ukraine on Saturday.
No, he went to Ukraine. Remember, he went to Ukraine. Yeah.
Ukraine. So sorry. I just hear Vern Lundquist saying the Ukraine.
I know.
In my head for years.
We're learning. We're trying.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
Okay. Galina responded on Thursday. She's coming.
On what? On Snapchat?
No, to Victor. I am to call her on Monday. We will go to the ice on Tuesday to work. Yes.
Okay, I want to know your exact. How did he text you and say that happened?
Yes.
And what was your body doing when you like read that text?
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Okay, it was one of relief.
Yes, because Jonathan, I want the same technique.
I didn't know if your heart would be racing.
Like I was considering the Russians, and like I study all of them and like all of their technique, and I was like looking at the pros and cons, and I was like, I was gonna ask Gennady Krasnitsky to do it second. He's a para skater who works with the Israelis, and he seems very nice. And I was gonna ask him. I liked his skating skills. I thought, you know what, he could do a double axel. I think he could work with me on a single. Okay.
Yeah.
I asked Victor.
He's got this.
I asked Victor, who coach do you think would be good? And he was like, I think all coaches are good. I was like, oh, go to hell. Okay. Like, what? I mean,
can you be real with me? Have we met? Will you just tell me the skinny on this? Yeah.
And then I asked Igor, and of course he was like saying his guy. And I'm like, really? I have seen him coach at the rink. I don't think we mesh as personalities. We have no chemistry. No,
I'm intrigued about this. You are designed to be with an Eastern Bloc coach wearing a fur.
I hope that she can teach me to become a diva. I think I have it in me,
I don't know that that's something you struggle with. Is that something you struggle with, trying to be a diva?
My shoulders can be very tense. I would like them to be back. I go to physical therapy for them so that I can be an orphan from Odessa. Okay, I think I would like it.
Skating to show tunes.
Oh my God. When I'm ready for Nina to yell at me across the ice and skate to Senorita, like that little girl from Mexico who's my queen,
Well, here's the thing, Dave. Like, are you ever able to? This first happened to me when we interviewed or recapped or something with Sandra back in 2017. And I had that moment where after we signed off, I thought, wow, Jonathan, if you go back to like your younger self and be like, one day you'll just have a casual conversation with Sandra about skating. I was like, oh my gosh, my heart is so full at that, like how I've come, from that time to now. Could you ever imagine when you were watching in 94 that you're like, I'll work with Victor. I'll work with Nina. I'll work with Galina. Like, what
Jonathan,
a fun
I
thing
need a beautiful life. William Tran passed his gold free skating test. We don't have time to be worrying that we're working with Galina. We have to get her information. We have to know about what is in her knowledge, okay? William Tran, and you know why he's a shady MFer? Because he posted on his Facebook when he passed the test, and he waited to submit it to the office until he could compete silver because he didn't want to go to adult nationals and be last. So I was like, okay, William Tran, I see you. I see what you're doing. You passed the test, but you didn't send it in so that you could still compete. So we're on, Jonathan. Like we're going to take this year.
Okay, I'm looking for you to have like a beautiful moment with your younger self. You're like, no. We are in it to win it. Okay.
In it to win it.
Eye on the prize. Okay.
It is what she can do for us. Okay.
Okay.
You do not have time to get started. Listen.
No sentimentality.
Do you realize the kind of maneuvering? Do you realize that there are rumors that adult skaters have faked their ages to compete in different competitions? Yes, Jonathan, yes, okay.
You know, I hope those skaters find whatever it is they're looking for.
Yeah, like that a clean Lutz that is big. You know, flip was like always my best jump, and lately I'm like struggling with flip, and my Lutz has become very manly and like masculine, like Arena Slutskaya. You know, it's just really
landing in that illusion spin. Yeah, okay.
How dare you? Okay, it is just all right.
Well, I had a really killer half flip back in the day. You remember when you did like test 1 and level 2 and 3 or whatever those.
I don't like half jumps. I can't do them.
They're too weird. Yeah.
I don't know. To me, I'm like I could do like full, but if you try to get me to do a half Lutz or bugs, I don't understand. Okay.
Well, Mirai did a really nice half axel in 2018. That was
rude.
Nice. Her big waltz jump. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't enjoy the half axel either. I don't know.
Okay.
It messes me up. I don't know. Lately, I was doing axles for months in my downstairs, and all of a sudden, like the last 2 weeks, I realized like, oh, I'm really close to the furniture, and I started freaking out inside.
You're ready to do it on the ice.
Well, my waltz loop is getting pretty good, and my waltz toe is getting pretty good. So. Because I was like having like a very Udell toe axle situation on my going on, and like really worked with Victor on like this is why I wanted to work with Galina, because like we've learned the same technique, and usually like if I went to Yulia Lipnitskaya, like she's the kind of Russian that would want me to learn her technique, and while I respect her very much, I'm already committed.
You've begun a journey. Yeah, yes. Totally.
I want the same journey. If we could get the man with the bow tie that was with Galina and Victor to also come to Hackensack, that would be ideal, you know?
Okay, great.
And then have Nina yelling at us about choreography. That would be fantastic.
I need your genie
She's
ball.
such a queen. You don't even know, Jonathan. Okay.
Who, Galina or Nina? Oh, yeah, I followed her on Instagram. I don't know if I still do or not, but she had a very fascinating page.
She sits there, arms, spin. When she has to stand up and you actually know that she is wearing skates, like that is, oh my God, like what? You got her to get out of her chair. She's either really happy or really upset. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Listen, Oksana didn't look that way with the lamp for no reason, okay?
Right.
She learned that from a ballerina who was the daughter of Galina, all right?
Right. Fair enough.
Okay. To have that kind of star power.
Yeah.
Jan's boy who skates to Riverdance and doesn't even try to smile during practice, he doesn't even know what he is doing, okay?
Yeah.
He doesn't even realize the kind of a queen who is making him into Jason Brown, okay?
Yeah. I'm intrigued. What kind of program do you want to do with her?
Oh, Sinfonia por un Adiós.
Okay.
I sent you the music.
So you're bringing it. Yeah, but she's not a part of that selection with you.
Jonathan, my taste in music is like, I mean, come on.
Totally. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe she likes that. You're bringing something to the table that way.
They like a collaborator, right?
I don't know. I would think.
Unless she wants a different piece of music, I'll do whatever she says.
That's what I'm wondering.
Does she want a prop, like a coffee cup? Or maybe I don't know.
No. Dave, that's where I'm drawing the line.
I'm not into the comedy division.
You're not that adult skater. Yeah. We know that there are those adult skaters, but I think we can leave the prop skating to other people.
You know, the Russians scare me. They like to do these things when they're working on like counters and rockers and stuff. Igor never does it, but they have people like practice their arms with hockey sticks. But there's something when you see Nikolai Morozov like holding a hockey stick at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's terrifying. I'm just telling you, okay?
Well, less so than Suzanne Bonelli.
Weapons. We think that this is what we need to be giving the Russians in a ring.
Right. Especially those with volatile personalities.
Have you met one who doesn't?
Have
Have you met anyone in skating who doesn't? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
All right. So did you watch the very entitled, wealthy documentary of The Weight of Gold?
No, I haven't yet.
Right. So it was people with like not super self-awareness did this hour documentary on HBO. And it was like somewhat good, but there were no psychologists explaining what's really going on, no experts. It was just successful Olympians kind of whining a little bit for an hour. Here's the thing. I do feel for them, but like they all don't fully get it. And that's what's, I think, difficult to watch because the way that they shot it, they didn't have experts. And how come we only get this much from Sasha Cohen? She only does interviews with people who will ask her what she wants to talk about, which is that she devoted her life to one thing. She became very successful and then she didn't know what to do, right? She's very hardworking. If you were to ask Sasha Cohen a documentary about mental health and not bring up the fact that she could never do a clean long program, and then the media made a huge thing about it, and then it became like a self-perpetuating thing. And then what did that do?
And then in that Olympic studio where they're all looking at her like, you blew it again.
Even when Peggy Fleming said that maybe competitive skating isn't for her, come on, you don't ask Sasha Cohen about that and the thing about mental health and go through that whole thing, or maybe interview Vanessa Atwood.
That's to our conversation.
It's because Jeremy Bloom was one of the producers, and Jeremy has always been very friendly with Sasha, so he got her on board. It's like, and it was an octagon thing, so you could see the way who produced it and the way that the money went. It was like a package deal with certain Olympians. And then they got Gracie Gold because she was in the New York Times, so she filmed it, she said, right when she was out of treatment, so she was a little dark. But she was one of the better speakers.
Well, she's, for better or for worse, she doesn't have those boundaries.
I want a reality series on Lolo Jones. I'm telling you,
I don't know who that is, Dave. I'm sorry.
I don't know how to characterize her in a way that like won't get me in trouble. Google her.
Well, okay. What sport is that?
She does the hurdles, and she hit a hurdle, and she also does the bobsled. Double Olympian. Summer and winter. Yes. Like Vanessa Guzmaroli doing the water skiing and the figure skating. It goes together amazingly.
Okay.
Lolo Jones. That is a reality show. She has so much inner
stuff.
Yes. I'm telling you. I would watch. Like I would watch her like any documentary on Serena Williams where I'm just like, I could watch Serena like do her like trapeze class. I could watch Serena doing karaoke and pretending that she's laid back. Like I could watch the Williams sisters pretending that like they're fashion designers. Like I could do the whole thing. Serena talking about her multiple personalities, Serena getting upset at the judge, and John McEnroe even telling her that she should calm down. I could watch the whole kit and caboodle with Serena, okay? I could watch the family. I could watch the father's illegitimate children come up at the match and like want to introduce themselves. Like I am here for the Williams sisters. I recognize a personality. Lolo Jones is a star. She is an Ashley Wagner level of this and that star. I'm just telling you.
Okay. All right, I'll check it out. So would you still recommend the film, even though you felt like, like might as well?
They only mentioned, like, they went so skin deep into, like, Michael Phelps's DUI and, like, all of his partying and stuff like that. But they're really...
Well, how deep could you be if it's only one hour?
It's only 1 hour.
It's that many people. Yeah.
I have to tell you, Apollo Anton Ono is looking good.
He always kind of did. He had, like, a thing about him.
That ice rink really preserves people when they're not drinking. Like, he is looking fantastic. Oh, my God. But... yeah, for the rest, it was like not very deep. Like I didn't get many insights other than that they don't have any way to transition out. And that's interesting because Geza said that in Romania, if you win a gold medal, or if you won, I don't know if it's still this way, but they used to talk about it even with people like Milosevic and Gina Gojan and Simona Amnar. It's set up that if you have accomplished like this certain level, you would get an annuity, which is like another monthly pension for life as an Olympian. So you would be getting that kind of money. So I think he said that if you get a gold medal in the Olympics, you get $2,200 a month as a Romanian. No, I don't know if that's for each gold medal. Could you imagine? Could you imagine Michael Phelps' like lifetime annuity, or Simone Biles?
Oh my gosh, yeah, geez Louise. Yeah, or if it's just once you achieve that status,
level,
you just get it, yeah.
But they don't do that in the US. So a lot of people, it's like you won the gold medal.
Well, but hopefully conversely in the US, they're getting other promotions and opportunities and things like
Remember that Mark Lindsay? I think he passed away. I forget, but he was the diver that won the gold medal. And there was a fluff piece on him in '96, and he won the gold medal, I think in springboard. He went on David Letterman, and then it was like, okay, now what? Like, no one cares.
How do we capitalize on this anymore? You can't, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I really think that we should have a tour of him going to, I think we should have the divers do swim club tours around the country. It could be like a Tara Maudlin club show. I'd be here for it. Okay.
Yeah. It's something I would always enjoy watching. Yeah.
So.
Or for all we know, there's going to be diving with the stars.
It's just like there were too many subjects and we didn't go in depth enough with each one.
Yeah. And
we didn't learn anything more about Gracie. We didn't.
This was our thing the other day. Like, if you're going to do it, we want you to really know about the sport, and we really want to deep dive into it. We're tired of surface. We know all of the Gracie sound bites that we've read for years in multiple, sources. Let's take a deep dive.
Gracie's soundbite about surviving a plane crash twice. I didn't know she was that dark. That was riveting. Okay. When she told that to Andrea Joyce, and Andrea was like,
back to you. Vern? No, she not Vern, but whomever.
That was up there with Andrea Joyce's cringy interview moments. I mean, that was
like when back when she used to like have every skater talk through their falls. What happened out there? I fell, Andrea. Come on, what do you want?
I would like to watch it on the monitor with Tracy Wilson.
I know. I remember when you were talking to Tanith, and they were like, they made us watch the program after we won the silver in Torino, and they were like, "Ooh, that was bad. Oh."
They should have had them watch the original dance. They should have let them pick which program they wanted to rerun.
Totally.
That's people that don't get it. Behind the board, right?
Which is most people covering it. Mm-hmm. So.
Anyway, what a fun week, Jonathan. I think I am feeling just like energized.
You're jazzed. Yeah.
We have an Eteri interview coming up. But when are we going to hear from Kostornaia? I think that she needs to act like an angel and come up with a statement of her own.
If she's smart, she may just stay quiet.
No.
Because in these moments, I wonder if saying anything makes it worse.
Maybe she can get her own TV special, working on choreography.
With Trusova.
Could you imagine? Could you?
Arms. I need Trusova to pick music for Kostornaia. I love that Kostornaia likes Billie Eilish or whatever. That's super great. I enjoy your
an exhibition.
Yeah, exactly. Can you please give us some Russian war horses on this one? Can you give us some big old Rimsky-Korsakov, Rachmaninoff, Tchaikovsky kind of thing here?
God. My God.
Nice little Borodin short program. One for the ages.
I think it's going to be a good week. I'm feeling optimistic.
I think so. You can feel it. I like it.
Hold it, Edge is sexy, everyone. We're going to be covering the men's final of the free skate on Patreon this week. Hold it, Edge, and look sexy, everyone. All right.